What's going on, Nerd Nation? This is Sleevecard signing in and welcoming you to the playoffs of the PBL. That is right. We have made it. We are here in the playoffs. Week 1, after a grueling season in which we didn't do too bad. I believe, and I haven't tallied it up or anything, but I believe we actually ended up at 4-4, I believe, on the season. So overall, not too bad, because like I've told you guys, my main goal was really to be competitive this season. So we are going into round 1 here in the playoffs, facing off against the one, the only veteran trainer, John, who we actually beat in the regular season. Now, I will tell you that this is not the best showcase, I think, of a battle. So, what I want to talk about as this BattleCon plays out is how I think we did on the season, how I think we can improve for next season, because there is going to be a next season, and I definitely want to be right in the thick of it again, and kind of build upon where we started. So as you can see, he started off with the Glide score. We went for Stealth Rocks because I was like, whatever, let's get some hazards up. I actually went with 2 hazard setters in this match, 1 being Torkoal and 2 being Klefki. So Klefki, as you guys know, I start spamming spikes with. That's just my thing. So I was surprised. We actually absorbed the Stone Edge, but the Will-O-Wisp misses, of course, because he toxic orbs himself, so he's poisoned. Then we're going to lose Torkoal right here. And the battle from here just pretty much goes downhill. And I'll show you why pretty much right in this sec. So I send out Keldeo. Keldeo, I misplayed this. So I predicted that he was going to go for the Protect. So that didn't surprise me. So I went for Scald. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for Scald. I know he's going to Protect. It's just a common thing with Gliscors. It's not that surprising. But here's where I made the mistake. So turn 2, I go for a Scald again, kind of hoping that it was going to do more damage, whereas in retrospect, I should have gone for Icy Wind. I did have Icy Wind on this set, which you guys have seen throughout the season. I should have gone for the Icy Wind and got the 4 times damage, but I didn't. So that's my loss. And from here, it's just all downhill. We don't have anything that can counter this, and we get rocked. So I'm not going to sweat this team in commentary on this battle too much, because I will tell you, we get destroyed right here. So if you're looking for competitive battles, this is not it. You're probably better off going and checking out Veteran Trainers John's channel, our opponent here, because he's definitely much more competitive than we are, and obviously if you're looking at this battle from his point of view, it looks amazing. But that being said, guys, having wrapped up this season in the PBL, there's a couple things I've really learned. There's a couple things that I think we're going to do better in next season, stuff like that. So for me, this was the first time I've really done a draft league competitively. I've done a couple draft leagues with friends, stuff like that, but never really competitively, and usually those draft leagues were... it was one of those things where it was for fun, there was a lot of gimmicky teams, stuff like that. But this is the first one where I've actually sat down and done like a competitive one. So I've learned a few things, like, 1, Clawitzer here. I didn't realize that Clawitzer was as good as it is. I've used it kind of in passing before in X and Y. I haven't used it in Omega Ruby. I hadn't used it in Sun and Moon, nothing like that. So Clawitzer was kind of a surprise for me. And a lot of the team members, honestly, were a big surprise for me. Because out of the team that we ended up drafting, really none of them were mons that I use frequently. Like, I use Klefki a lot on my teams. If you guys have ever battled me, let's say where I'm not doing like a test that team, or I'm not doing a pack battle, something like that, I use Klefki a lot. I've used Roserade kind of sporadically depending on what the team is. So I've used Roserade before, but other than that, I mean, the other 10 Pokemon I've never really used, other than like occasionally I've used Torkoal, occasionally I've used Keldeo, but I've never actually like built teams with them. So on that end, I'm kind of happy that we got like this really hodgepodge team, and we were able to ride it into the finals. And for me, just making that 500 is it's a big deal for me. I'm just happy that we hit the 500, and it kind of is what it is. Now, going into next season, the next season, and I was kind of talking to veteran trainer John actually on this, because he's really kind of the commissioner for the league. So next season's probably not going to start, I don't think, until after the holidays. And two main reasons for that are one, it being the holidays. So everyone's probably going to be busy. They're going to be off doing stuff with family. If you work in, like, let's say more of a retail field, something like that, it's just going to be a busier time for you. And the second reason being with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon coming out here literally next week already. So Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's coming out next week, Friday, as of me recording this. With that coming out, there's going to be all kinds of different, or not say all kinds, but there are going to be different playstyles. There's going to be different things introduced. They're hinting that you're going to be able to use 2 Z moves now. They're hinting at just all kinds of different things. There's going to be, you could potentially use 2 Z moves. There's exclusive Z moves that we haven't seen before, like Mimikyu, Komomomono, the dragon I can't pronounce. There's going to be those. There's new Ultra Beasts. There's stuff like that. So there's going to be some shaking up in the tier. So this gives us a chance for everybody to kind of settle in and just get a feel for, what's going to be where in the team, all that kind of stuff. So the next season's probably not going to take place until like January or sometime after the holidays, but there is going to be a next season. So going into that next season, I'm really excited for like an option and an opportunity to maybe draft a little smarter, probably get more Pokemon I'm more comfortable with, stuff like that. But there you saw, so we're done for the season. We got cleaned, we got our clock cleaned, and that knocks us out of the playoffs. Veteran Trainer John, of course, moves on to round 2 of the playoffs, which are the semifinals, I do believe. It would be top 4, so it would be the semifinals he moves on to. But overall, guys, let me know down below what you guys thought about the PBL as a whole. What kind of mons you suggest that I would draft for next season? What kind of mons did you like that I drafted this season? Just give me any your opinions, things you might want to see differently with the PBL. We are kind of working together to grow into different things. So, like I said, Veteran Trainer John's really the commissioner on it, and he leads a lot of it and puts it out into what is the one thing before I lose my train of thought. He leads a lot of it, and he kind of pushes it into different directions and stuff like that. But I definitely want to see it grow. I want to see maybe more competitive battlers. I want to see more YouTubers, stuff like that, because I think right now, out of like the 14 people that were involved, only like 3 or 4 of them were actually PokeTubers. So I definitely want to see more PokeTubers involved. I definitely want to see it just kind of grow. I want to see different maybe play styles as Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon come out, stuff like that. But let me know what you guys want to see definitely down in the comments below. And while you're down there, thank you, of course, for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I do apologize that this wasn't the most competitive battle we've ever had. But, like I said, for the first season of us being involved in a draft league, the first season of us really doing competitive Pokemon battling in general, I think we really held our own. There were some weeks where they were just complete duds, like this week, obviously we got 6-0'd. There was the last week of the regular season where we got 6-0'd. Or not even 6-0, we got 5-0'd, I guess, because technically his 6-mon, our opponent's 6-mon went down, like off of Life Orb at the end of the battle. But there also have been really high weeks, weeks where I think we wouldn't have won and we were able to grind out the victory, stuff like that. So I think it's been kind of a roller coaster ride. Like, for example, right here, we lost 6-0 just now to Veteran Trainer John, but in the regular season, we actually were able to squeeze out a win on a really close nail-biter that I think was a really solid match. So, for me, my goal would be in next season to grow upon that. Maybe if we're 4-4 this season, maybe off the 8 battles next season, we're 6-2, 7-1, something like that, where we're improving the record. And the battles that we do lose, I don't want to see 6-0s anymore. I want to see, maybe we lose by 3 mons, maybe we lose by 2 mons, something like that. But at least where we're in the thick of it throughout the entire battle. And I think a lot of that's going to fall back on, let's make sure we're drafting smarter. Let's make sure that we're maybe making smarter choices. So when Gliscor's in there setting up his Swords Dance, I'm not going for Scald, I'm going for Icy Wind. And a lot of that's just going to be a growing experience, and at the end of the day, it's a growing experience for me, but I want us to grow together. So down in the comments, let me know what you want to see me draft, where, what you guys really want to see, because that's what's going to impact me as we kind of go forward with the PBL. But with that being said, guys, like, comment, subscribe. It is always greatly appreciated. The PBL will not be back, like I said, for probably a couple months, like 2 months, something like that, just while everybody kind of situates through the holidays. But it will be coming back, and hopefully it will be coming back better, stronger, and more exciting than ever before. And of course, we will be having content other than the PBL out on the channel as well. So definitely make sure you check that out. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. If you want to take a quick second and check out Veteran Trainer John's channel, I have left the links to it down in the description. He is also a very worthy PokeTuber and competitive battler, so check that kind of stuff out, or check his channel out, rather, if you like that kind of stuff. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. This is Sleevecard signing out. Have yourselves a beautiful day, and I will see you later.